Hello people, welcome back to my show, Comment Chat. My name is Danny Graham, and before we get started, I'm going to ask you to do a couple things for me. First thing I want you to do is please leave your comments. Any comments you have on the topic that I discuss, I'm going to ask you to please leave a comment at the end of watching my video. Second, I want to ask you to please subscribe to my video. Hit that subscribe button. You'll see in the right corner of the screen, it's going to be a little avatar of me carrying a purple lightsaber like Mace Windu. Click on that and that's going to hit the subscribe button. Also, when you subscribe button, you're going to see a little bell. Click on that notification bell, make it ring, because every time I upload something, you will be notified. I don't want you to miss any material that I upload, because I need your support. I want your support. Right now, my main goal is to get 1,000 subscribers, and right now I'm a little over 600. I know I can get to 1,000, but I need your help. I need your support. I need you to tell your friends to watch my videos and subscribe, and please hit the notification bell. Thanks for all your support, and I look forward to doing many more shows with you. Now, today's topic is going to be something that's been buzzing all week long, maybe a little over a week. I don't quite understand it. Wasn't going to cover it, but I had a discussion yesterday with one of my friends, and he was talking about it. So I decided to put in my 2 cents, Danny Graham 2 cents about this topic. I'm sure all of you heard of it, and it's this Little Mermaid topic. Being covered, not being played now by a black actress, and some people just ain't having it. Some people are like losing their minds because the actress is black. Okay, last time I checked, a mermaid is a mythical, magical creature that does not exist. Okay, let that sink in. Mythical, magical creature that does not exist. So what the heck color does it matter? It is. I'm thinking if we ever see one, it might not be white or black, but because Disney portrayed the first version of this as white, people are automatically feeling like it's got to be white. Well, let me change that. Some people this doesn't bother. I'm one of the people that I'm thankful that this doesn't bother. There's way more important things in the world than whether or not Little Mermaid is played by a white actress or a black actress or a Chinese actress or Indian actress or whatever actress they find to play the part. Really don't care. There are a lot more things to worry about, a lot more things to be concerned with. Mainly a fictional character. Okay, fictional means it's make believe. Somebody thought of it, put a color to it. I guess they felt comfortable with. But it doesn't matter if somebody else picks up that story and said, "Well, I want the character to be black or Hispanic or Chinese or whatever the case may be." Case in point, non-fictional characters should be played by the sex and the color that they are. Because a non-fictional character usually is someone of historical stature. Like, for instance, it would be foolish for a white actor to play President Obama. It would be foolish for a black actor to play President Trump. It wouldn't be accurate. No matter how good that actor is or actress is, he or she couldn't pull that off unless the person was light skinned, biracial or something of that of that effect. But basically, if it's a non-fictional character and you want it to be historically correct and accurate, you need to get a person that is that person's sex and or same color. Someone that's fictional, that's made up. Who cares if Spider-Man is black, blue, or green? There was a big stink that I've heard. Idris Elba was being considered to play the James Bond. Now, for the last 30, 40, however many years James Bond been out, has always been played by a white male, a British white male, or someone with one of those accents that we think is British, but may not be British, Scottish, whatever the case may be. Idris Elba is of English descent, if I'm not mistaken. English, Danish, one of those countries, not sure. But I know for a fact Idris Elba is liked by both Caucasian and both black females. I have coworkers of both colors, and they love some Idris Elba. Last time I checked, the bottom line was you make movies and you do stuff like that to make a profit. Making Idris Elba James Bond will definitely be a profit, in my opinion. It's going to put female butts in the seat, probably more so than they ever been, because women like certain men, Idris Elba is one of the men that are hot. He wants to play James Bond. Why not let him play James Bond? There's nothing that I've ever seen or read in a James Bond movie or book said that Mr. Bond has to be black. He just happened to be white because the creator of James Bond wrote him as a British person that was of white skin. So another thing is, if you watch the old Daredevil starring Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock, the Kingpin in the comic books is a big, burly, 400, 500-pound white male, bald head. Okay, in that particular movie, he was played by a 400-pound, big, burly black man, Michael Clark Duncan, and he nailed it. It was a fictional character, which means he is not real. So it doesn't matter whether the Kingpin was portrayed as a white male or a black male, Chinese male. In that particular rendition, in that particular movie, they chose the character to be played by a black male who did a fine job. Another little lesson. The Equalizer, played by Denzel Washington. We've done seen the last two Denzel Washington Equalizer movies. Well, guess what? The original Equalizer was played by an older, white, British male named Edward Woodard. It was a TV show that came out in the late 80s. Yeah, the early 80s to late 80s. It played in the 80s. Look it up. He was an ex-British MIA agent, I believe it was, MI6, whatever one that agency called. And he came to America, moved to New York. He tried to mind his own business, but he saw people getting taken advantage of and needing help. So he used his particular skill set and was helping people. And the name of the show was The Equalizer. His name on there was Robert McCall. The same name that Denzel Washington used in this version. Only difference that Denzel Washington was a CIA Black Ops expert, and he was the best of the best. He came here. He tried to get out of it. He made a promise to his wife. She died of some kind of illness. He tried to live quiet and calm and not interfere, but he saw people that he cared about and knew couldn't help themselves, and he started helping them. Same concept. White guy in the earlier, black guy in this. Another movie. If you saw Magnificent Seven, the original one came out in the 60s or 70s. Played by Yul Brynner. Had Charles Bronson, Steve McQueen. I can't think of the other guy, but it had several famous stars back then. This version that came out a few years back was played by Denzel Washington, who was the lead. He played Yul Brynner's place. And Yul Brynner, if you don't remember, you ever watched Ten Commandments, the story of Moses. Yul Brynner played Ramses, Moses' brother, who was had the true bloodlines of the Pharaoh, and he became Pharaoh after their dad died, Set. But Yul Brynner played Ramses, and he the one that cast out Moses into the desert and was his bitter enemy when he came back and God had touched Moses and tell him to come set his people free. Yul Brynner was the one that played the Pharaoh and would not let the Pharaoh and would not let Moses' people go. So again, those are just a couple examples of where actors, white played, black played, they're interchangeable because it's a fictional character. Fictional means not real, meaning that you don't have a lock on, okay, this person has to be white, this person has to be male, this person has to be female, it has to be this, it has to be that. It's just not. I mean, some people you may feel upset or feel like they're not staying true to the, I mean, there's no such, in my opinion, there's no such thing as staying true to whatever. It's whatever that particular person has permission to use that story. He or she can change it however they want to if the character is fictional. Now, if the character is non-fictional, okay, then that's a horse of a different color. You need to stay accurate. So it would make sense to have, like I said earlier, a black person play President Trump or a white person play President Obama. That wouldn't make sense because it's not true. It's not true to the historical facts. It's just not accurate. Doesn't make sense. Non-fiction, okay, there's an argument for another day. If it's a fictional character, who cares? Who cares if Wolverine is black, blue, or green? Who cares if the Hulk was a black man that was poisoned by gamma radiation? Right now, there's a story when Thor is not even a male, it's a female who has the power of Thor. So who cares about that? Right now, Iron Man, I think his daughter, if I'm not mistaken, a black girl had intelligence. She made her own armor, and now she's Ironheart. And Tony Stark is dead, and his artificial intelligence is her AI in the suit. So who's to say that characters can't be changed or plugged in to fit whatever mood the producer, the director, the actor, the storyteller wants to portray? It doesn't matter. As long as the story is good, as long as it's entertaining, as long as it's excitement, as long as it gets the emotion that was written for, it shouldn't matter. If someone is upset, if you find yourself being truly upset that a non-fictional character isn't what you think it should be, or doesn't look like the mirror, or doesn't look like the person that you see in the mirror, then you may have a problem. You may have to check yourself, because at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter about that. Now, we all have our preferences, but sometimes your preference shouldn't overrule your whole thought process, because it's not what you would particularly want. As long as it's fair, as long as it's not offensive, why get upset because the person in the movie that you're going to pay to see doesn't look like you? And sometimes, if you go somewhere and the person doesn't look like you, you may learn how that person feels. It may give you more insight on what makes that person tick, what makes that particular race tick, what makes that particular sex tick. It may give you more insight. A lot of times it's better to just be seen and not heard, and to listen and not talk. So again, it's just my 2 cents about Little Mermaid stuff. I think it's really, really disturbing. Gives me pause for concern, because I thought that we were going in a more fair or more open-minded direction as a whole, as a country. But now I'm kind of wondering, maybe for every 2 steps we're taking a half a step, maybe a step back, and that's just kind of frustrating. But at the end of the day, Disney's going to make their money. We're going to go see the movie. If it just totally pisses you off, the fact that she's not what you want her to be, then you have the right not to go see that movie, and that's going to be up to you. But at the end of the day, we need to strive to try to get along, be better, and because the world is changing, whether we like it or not, and that's just a part of it. So I'll say we're closing. Thank you for your support. Please leave a comment. I really, really, really need your comments. I really need your thumbs up. I really need your subscriptions. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I can only get to 1,000 with your help. As always, I'm going to ask you to stay cool, stay safe, and how I end every video, I'm just going to say basically, peace.